think the most memorable studio moment for me, or one of the most, I mean, there's so many, like, you know, I've worked with some amazing producers and other artists, but I had to say working with Pharrell was like a big deal, you know, for me, still is a big deal. It was kind of like linked up. I bumped into him at Afropunk one year, and we sort of connected, and we were like, you know, we need to get in and work. We finally got it to happen, and it was just, we were wrapping up my debut album, Days and Nights, and we got into the studio in LA, and I mean, there's really no like crazy crazy thing to the story. It's just the fact that we made it happen, you know, and it was one of those magic moments, because. And I had high expectations and hopes for the session, because like, all right, I'm in with Pharrell, I've got to like deliver, I've got to write a good song, it's got to be, you know. So we spent like the first half of the day just playing music. So he's playing music that he likes and the stuff that reminds him of me vocally and stuff, and I'm doing the same. And then we kind of start jamming on something. And I go in, he's like, you know, I was humming something, he's like, all right, you should just go in and just lay some ideas. So I go in the booth, and I just had the moment, just the light bulb moment where the melody was right, the lyric was right, and I was just like, and it was my song "Look Up," which is from Days and Nights, and having this moment with the concept of the song and the melody, and kind of just getting his reaction from the other side of the booth, like yes, you know, like the approval of someone, you know, someone who you look up to and respect so much, and he was like, I love it, you know, and we went in and we kind of discussed it, and I think what I learned from him is. Or one thing that he kind of said was that I didn't need to overcomplicate. You know, he's kind of told me to just have confidence in what I do. You know, my voice and my ability to create melodies and lyrics. Because I was talking about adding harmonies to this and a backing vocal and a little counter melody, and he was like, honestly, you don't need to. He said, I get it, but you should just, the purity of what this is what makes you, you know, special. And so I think that was really good to hear that from him. You know, I couldn't really disagree. I kind of feel like whatever advice he was giving me was good. And I think it's served me well since then. You know, sometimes when I'm writing and I'm like, oh yeah, I should add, I'm like, you know what? I just second guess it. I'm like, does it need it? You know, so, you know, that's why he's one of the greats, man, because he gets it, and he was just such a humble guy, so it was all around a great experience. Working with Jill was just, you know, definitely a bucket list situation. I actually met her a couple of years ago in London. I opened up for one of her shows there, and we connected after the show, and we didn't specifically talk about collaborating, but you know, it was something that I'd always had, you know, in my head that I would love to do, and because I'm a huge fan, and so I was writing this song one day, this Until the Pain Is Gone, and it was just something from the very beginning about the music and this melody that just had an air, felt to me like it had an air of Jill Scott for some reason. It just, something about, I don't know if it was the guitar part, but something made me think of Jill, and but I kind of put it to one side and just finished the song and was kind of living with it for a while, and I was like, you know what, like I had her number in my phone, and I was like, what have you got to lose, you know? Just send her the song, see what she thinks. And so I sent the song over to Jill, and then she replied, I think a couple of days later, and I was kind of waiting to see if she replied, and she said she loved it, and she was down to record it. So so she did her thing on it and like totally made it her own, and yeah, and it happened. So I was just very humbled by it, really, and just honored to have her on the record.